If you find yourself with a camera in your hand and want to learn how to use it, please subscribe to this channel, like the videos, comment below. Hi Photos photographers. If you are photographing something that is not portraiture, so there's not a human involved in it, there are things to communicate that emotion. And so I don't want to get clued into only giving these illustrations because that's where my mind goes when I talk about emotion, thinking about it. Because emotion is keyed into a person. But a person doesn't have to be in our photograph to communicate emotion. I just want to make sure that's clear. We can communicate emotion with pure, simple, still life items. For instance, I was recently looking at images for an ad for a spa. You don't need a person in that photograph to communicate, oh, this is a spa vibe or a feeling of a spa. You can use towels, you can use steam, you can use herbs, you can use oils, you can use rocks. I mean, even the emotion doesn't have to include a face. So we talk about facial expression as communicating emotion. I just don't want it forgotten. An experience is something that can drive emotion. And for instance, if it's a spa, it can just be someone laying on a massage table. You don't even see their face. You don't see much up their shoulders. You don't see anything down towards their hips. You just see a hand and somebody massaging their back. Or maybe two hands massaging that person's back laying on the table. That's an emotion. It very much is an emotion because people are connecting to that who have had spa massages or some other treatment at a spa. They go, oh, I remember how it felt. I remember liking being treated as a paying customer, somebody who meant something to the person at the spa. Most people love those kinds of experiences. Most people love being served at a restaurant. So that communicated emotion is important. So when we talk about facial expression, body language, and the periphery, we're not talking only about portraiture. We're talking about much more as a whole. And maybe I need to find some better words to communicate that. But here's one. Your facial expression is a focus. The body language is a supporting primary indicator, and the periphery are the secondary indicators. So video has no advantage over photographs. And we went over a little bit of this and breaking it down, but here's the reason why video has no advantage over photography. That is, video is still, even in this digital age, built up and set on the fast-moving process of stills, okay? The other part to that is there is no difference and video, I'm going to call this video photography, even though that's really a different industry altogether, has no advantage over photography because without that one moment, that one frame, which is called a key frame in photography, photography, but it's in videography, without that key frame, the whole scene and perhaps the whole movie will not make sense. There's not going to be an understanding of, oh, this happened and that's what that key frame came from, and the whole storyline makes sense now, which is why sometimes if you sit down and watch a movie and get up and go to the kitchen or go to the if you're at a theater, you go to the snack bar and you get something, you come back, you miss the key frame. So a lot of people will say, oh, I don't want to miss a scene. Okay, you might be able to do that, and though if you still miss the key frame, it's not going to make a lot of sense. It'll make more sense because you got more of the scene. You saw more of the scene, but that is really the truth of how it breaks down. There is specific detail information that the directors of videos put into each each scene, and there are things specifically shown, and it may not be very long at all, that are key to the frame. And that's, you'll hear that if you do any watching videos of behind the scenes stuff, they talk about keyframes. Keyframes specifically are about those specific things that must be shown in that specific time in that specific way to put the communication together. And it's going to evoke emotion. It's going to communicate if it's a historical documentation or documentary, it's going to show specifically what happened, why, what the information is behind it. And it's going to be specifically designed to convey emotion. And so think about that. The aspect of videography has no advantage over still photography, because each video is still made up of hundreds of thousands, if not many more, frames that each are a still image. Thank you so much for watching. We look forward to seeing your comments, and we thank you for the thumbs like for these videos, as they've helped you learn and grow as we continue to learn and grow also. If you're not yet a subscriber, we would love to have you join the Photos Photography family. Thank you so much.